Lydia and Agwan. So I've made some improvements to the app and now it's ready to be downloaded. So once you download it from the link, it will look like this. This is the new icon and you just launch it. And after that, you'll click the continue with Facebook button to log in. So over here, everyone can use the MPG account that we created. So you just go ahead and key it in. So once you're done keying in the details, then you just click login. And click OK. And then it will load the user page. But this one you really don't need to worry about at all. So I'll go through now with you some of the improvements that I made based on your feedback. So these are the graphs. I've added the 2 more screens. So now there's 5 graph screens. So with this, you can see the readings over the past 2 hours and you can choose which graph you want to look at to see the actual values. But if you want to look at, let's say, the past day, how has the DO been like over the past day, you just click on the title and you can change the period. So let's say you want to look at over the past day and you click the tick button. And now you can see from, in the morning all the way until right now, basically the past 24 hours, what's the readings been like. And because there's so many points, we can't plot every single point because then it'll become too crowded. So we just give the minimum, maximum, and the start and the end point. So for these, we have the Y values as well as the time. So let's say 9:13 p.m., which is now, is at 4.733. But the lowest was at 12:17 today, and it was 0.634. So that's specifically for this graph lah. Then if let's say you look at FC53, the lowest was minus 0.064 and the highest was 7.248, and it's very easy to tell at 6 p.m. If you're done looking at this, you can always change it back to the past 2 hours if you don't look at so many data points, or even the past 1 hour, right? Click the tick button and you just see that. So it's easy to read. And then the yellow line is the alarm threshold, and then the pink line is the critical threshold. So next to oxygen, then we have temperature. So temperature, same thing. You're looking at, by default, I set it to the past 2 hours for this account, and you can select which one you want to see, but you can always change the period if you want. And then we have the ORP, and then back to the first dot over here, you have PPT, this is salinity, and pH, and then the center is DO. If you want to look at the list view, it's still the same here, except we've changed the look of it a bit. So now it's a bit cleaner. And same thing, you can select which sensors you want to see based on type. But anyway, I've configured everything, so this one you don't need to worry about. And then to update it, you just pull down to refresh. Same for the graph. If you want to update it, you just pull down to refresh. Right, then it'll give you the latest reading. It won't auto update. And then, so this is the same. So this is just to look at the settings, but you don't need to worry about that. And then at the map view, you can see based on the color of the icons. So you see now it's all blue. DO is not too low, and we saw that in the graphs as well. Then you can just tap this and to see the readings right from here. So if it's an alarm state, this will be highlighted yellow. If it's critical, this will be highlighted pink. Right, so if you just look at this and then you just refresh, then if ever there's any color or something, then you know that something is wrong. So the notifications page is over here, and basically it's now more simple to read. So you just have the name of the sensor and what's the reading and what time the reading was. So it was this event happened on 29th April 2:59 p.m. and that was 6 hours ago. Right, and then so for alarm there'll be this yellow line, and for critical there'll be this line. So if you want to know more details about it, you can see, let's say alarm, it's like, oh okay, this alarm because it's too low, and this state started at 2:37 p.m. and before it was alarm, it was in critical state, which you can see from here, and it was in critical state from 11:59 a.m. to 2:37 p.m. So then if you don't look at it, never mind, you can just look at all this, then it's not so cluttered. So that's basically the updates we made based on your feedback. So I'll give you the link, and if there's any problems, just let me know, and then we can quickly fix it, and then give you a new version if we need. But I've tested it over the past few days and been making improvements to it, so it should all be quite stable, and it's like much faster and more responsive than the version that you have now.